Now, before we do anything here, there's one thing we're going to do way back here. Nah, Tarkus soloing the Iron Giant isn't stupid. That's intended, actually. For Tarkus to be able to beat the Iron Giant pretty consistently in Dark Souls 1. Quick little Dark Souls 1 lore for those wondering why that's intentional. It's because you eventually find Tarkus's stuff at Anor Londo, which proves that he at one point did make his way through Sen's Fortress, was able to defeat the Iron Giant in his own world, and then made it to Anor Londo, where he unfortunately did not have the ability to walk across wooden beams without falling, and then fell to his death. But Tarkus kicks Iron Giant's ass on purpose, very much on purpose. Okay, so this is something I intentionally avoided at the Weeping Peninsula. Way back when we did it, and that is because if we go all the way up around here, ensnared in a transporter trap. It takes us to Leyndell. That's right. We could have gone to Leyndell all the way super early in the game. But I didn't want to, like, break some quest sequencing. I don't think it would have done it if I went to Leyndell this way, but just in case. Cecil's Discharge Falling is a cheap one too, intended but stupid easy. I disagree on it being stupid easy. Cecil's Discharge has literally never properly fallen to its death for me. Maybe I'm stupid, but I've never been able to make it happen. Okay, so if we go over here, we can grab this treasure, the Blessed Dew Talisman. Gradually restore HP, talisman depicting a drop of the Erd Tree's sap, a blessed boon. You can see it's even going into one of those sacred goblets. It was once thought that the blessed sap of the Erd Tree would drip from its boughs forever, but that age of plenty swiftly came to a close, and with time, the Erd Tree became more an object of faith. Yummy sap. Cannot be used now. But you're allowed to get a small glimpse of Leyndell super early in the game. You get that nice talisman, which is very good super early in the game. And actually, we can reach this spot as we travel through Leyndell. We'll be able to get to this spot later. I just wanted to show the teleporter trap that takes you here. Because, as you can see, there's an elevator, but it's just not active here. Now, there is a glitch where if you get invaded while in this place, then that elevator tends to rise, and that works as a free shortcut for you. It what? Yeah, if you get invaded while you're in this area after teleporting there, then that elevator, for one reason or another, will tend to rise, and then you get a free shortcut down to where it goes. It's a pretty solid sequence break. You just have to get invaded. That's all. Unless they fixed it. I don't know if they fixed it. As you can tell, it's not really the best PvP spot in the world, so...
Bok the seamster, at your service, master.
It's Bok
Ready
the
to
cock.
make adjustments to your garments. Master, may I ask you something? Would you mind if I called you Lord? I heard that you and the other Tarnished seek the throne of the Elden Lord. Well, I know that you will be the one, and you'd make just the manner of kind-hearted Lord that I'd wish for. So please, if you would, allow me to call you Lord.
You may call me Lord, if that's what you want.
You don't say. Thank you. Thank you. My lord, my lord, my lord. Please become Elden Lord. And please let I, Bok the Seamster, remain at your side.
Did you see it?
Lord, did you see it? The Erd Tree. I don't really have the words for this, but I was so dazzled. I felt something stir in my breast. The Erd Tree is waiting for you, my lord. I know it, I do. I feel it in my bones. Oh, please, take the throne of Elden Lord.
He can feel it in his boners. Oh, I forgot you can remove the hood from the Eccentric's hood and just have the old man helmet. That one's kind of cute. Maybe I'll alter the festive hood just for the little flower crown. Oh, dude. Altered Preceptor's long gown is terrible by comparison. Altered Prophet Robe gets rid of the wooden block. That gets rid of the cape, gets rid of the cape, gets rid of the cape, gets rid of the cape. Any of the altered ones that get rid of the cape are automatically worse because cape. You need cape because cape is good. And that's why Bok doesn't see my services too often. He just wants to get rid of my cool-looking capes. The Altered Festive Hood loses a lot of stats, but I mean, it doesn't start with a lot of stats in the first place. I'm not going to alter the Confessor Hood. I might alter this, though. How come it looks like the helmet gets larger when you take away the hood? Eh.
My lord, have you ever wished you might be born again?
All the time.
Well, they say that Renala of Rea Lucaria has the power to help people be reborn. Oh, me? Reborn? Oh, look at me. When you're this ugly, well, being reborn, it would hardly make a difference, I'm afraid.
So, Bok now has actually two things he can do. If you give him a larval tear, he will take himself over to Renala. He will get himself reborn. However, because he does not have the Great Rune of Rebirth, he will shortly die afterwards, like any of Renala's sweetings.
Going already, my lord. Please do be safe on your journeys.
However, there is one other thing you can do for Bok. If you have prattling pate, you can tell Bok you're beautiful.
You're beautiful. Bok the seems ready to make it. Did I just hear my mum speaking? Thank you very much. Mum was always the only one who said I was beautiful. And now, my dear Lord, let me hear her voice. Oh, please, if I may dream just once, do you feel the same way my mum did, my lord? Do you think I'm beautiful, despite these looks?
And you can actually tell him, no, you're fucking ugly. But that's cruel, and we're a nice person. I honestly don't have it in my heart to tell Bach he sucks. Bach's a nice... I like Bach. He's a cool NPC. He's very nice.
Oh, my lord, my dear lord, I, Bach the seamster, am forever in your service. May the throne of Elden Lord be yours.
We made Bach happy. Yay!
Going already, please.
And that, my dear friends, is the happy end to Bach's quest. The bad end to Bach's quest is giving him that Lorval tear and then him going and rebirthing himself to death at Renala. And then the sad end is giving him the "you're beautiful" sound from this and then telling him, no, you filthy mongrel, you're ugly.
You're beautiful.
But that's the good end. Happy end. Yay. Yay! Doot. I wonder, did they fix the exploit where you can explode yourself and just drop right down? Because I think they might have fixed the ledge not being landable anymore. To drop right down. Because I recall the ledge getting fixed, and I don't think it ever got rebroken. For those that don't know, the speedrun route for the longest time was to hop down to that little ledge you can see right off the side, land on it, and then roll off onto the rooftop, and then bada bing, bada boom, you just skip a massive section of Leyndell and then run yourself to the next part. Then they fixed the ledge, and then the new way to fix that, to do that, is to drink the explosive concoction and then blow up, and during the fall animation of it, after exploding, you're able to just fall right down without taking the fall damage. Explosions! Yay! Don't know if they fixed the explosion. And again, let me remind you, the only people doing these things are speedrunners, so literally speedrun patches. Anyway, quit dooting that horn. Look at these things. What is up with their physiology? What is with them? I don't get it. They're so weird. Look, they blow bubbles! Yay, bubbles! Chad, did you used to blow bubbles as a kid? Because let me tell you, if you blew bubbles as a kid, he's back in town and he's ready for another game. What? It looked like I knocked him up there. That was great. Hey, look at that thing. Oh, wow, you got that all the way up here? Impressive. It is a busted-ass broken gargoyle. Oh boy. The interactive map that I'm using unfortunately stacks the underground area with the above ground area here. It's going to make it a little harder to tell which items are which. Hey look, we're in a perfumer's area. You can tell that it's a perfumer's area, A, by all the perfume bottles that are hanging around, but B, as perfumers worked as apothecaries, you have all these various different herbs and plants and whatnot hanging about for their concoctions. Which I think is cool. This is a cool house. Leyndell is a pretty big area, by the way, guys. Reminder, it's all this. So we will have a little bit of time taken to find all the stuff. We might have to do some backtracking here and there, all that good stuff. Hey, look, a perfumer. In the perfumer area. Who could have guessed? But one other thing that you can tell about the area here is a lot of people seem to get sick and be dying, and the perfumers were trying to administer some level of medicine for them, but seems like it didn't work too well. This guy specifically right here is making the pose for being infected by the frenzied flame, so it's possible that the frenzied flame had made its way into the capital and infected some people. Who again are the guys with thrusting swords and crossbows? Those are pages. They are essentially just workers and bodyguards that are supposed to protect nobles. That's why normally you find them in some more well-to-do areas. Usually, at least. Sprayed him in the eyes with Old Spice and it burns. Well, that would burn. This guy is a page. In fact, let's, There we go. High page clothes. This is what they tend to wear. Same markings and stuff. Mine is just a little bit lighter colored. I'm going to go ahead and make up a little bit of lore behind this guy and why he's playing here in the garden. I'm going to say that this is the corpse of the lord he once served. Yeah, high page clothes. Whoops. Traveling wear tailored with exquisite precision to avoid any undue shame for the page's master. Clothes of a page selected for special privileges by the noble they serve. That's pretty much all you get about those guys. It's just that they serve nobles. A perfumer praying and studying his perfume bottles before dying. Missed me. Wow. I did not think that the bubble kept reforming as long as that rain was going on. Also, I was taking a lot of damage in it. Ouchie. Oh, for the love of, come on. Aha! Okay, I went over here. I'll go back that way and explore that way a little later. For now, we're going this way. Don't worry, I won't die again. But just in case. Oh my god! Ah! That repeater crossbow hurts. Also, boy, that page is powerful. He's tough. Built Ford tough. Oh, goddamn, dude. That input read on my roll. It's not a normal follow-up for that attack. He input read me holding back, and so he did the thing that hits you if you hold back. Fun fact, if you hold back, it makes enemies do much, much more dangerous attacks 9 times out of 10. So if you're like on the ground starting to get up or something, then you should hold like a different direction than backwards. Like I said before, the amount of input reading in Souls games gets more egregious with each new entry. That was one of the things that helped me when I was speedrunning Dark Souls 3 a bunch. Helped get me a little bit ahead of some others was learning that if I held a different direction than back in certain situations, then it prevented some bullshit from happening. you fucking input reading piece of shit. I have to stop holding back. Well, that's the problem, is that they give enemies roll catches specifically designed for if you're holding backwards and trying to get away from them. They do set attack. If you try to roll away from them, they will hit you. And because of that, if you hold back to try to dodge an attack or while getting up, then they do that much more dangerous move, the roll catch, which has more range and speed than normal attacks. The 1 nanosecond I held back because I was against a wall, he instantly pulled the crossbow out and did the explosive bolts. The instant that that I stopped holding right or left and went back, instantly the repeater crossbow with the explosive bolts. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I fucking knew he would, too. But yeah, that was a big part of fighting the final boss in Dark Souls 3 while speedrunning, was I had to constantly retrain myself to never hold the back direction, because it would always do a terribly overpowered attack by comparison to its normal moves. Okay, I need to just change tactics a little bit with you guys. Oh, god damn it, the permanent shield rain is back. No, no, no. Okay, now it's just you and me, big guy. There we go. I'm sorry that took a couple attempts. That input reading little piece of shit got me a couple times. Dude, I got a million Perfumer's sarongs recently. Shh, don't tell the knight that I'm here. No, no, no! You fucking idiot. Ah, you stupid moron. Stupid moron being myself. You know he has that delay follow-up. And you let it happen. I've been getting hit by a lot of hits, by the way, that I am positive I am hitting roll before the hit comes out. And I'm just not getting my roll, and I'm really confused as to why on this playthrough. God, that feels bad to die to a fucking Black Knight moveset, or I'm sorry, Silver Knight moveset that has existed since Dark Souls 1. I've killed literally 20 million of those things over the years. Oh, Golden Great Shield. You know what? Blessing in disguise. There we go. Oval Great Shield made of gold carried by knights who protect the royal capital of Leyndell. Knights of Leyndell are reputed for their sturdiness and exemplified by the shield exceptional guard capacity. Maybe I'll grab a parry shield and parry a little bit. So I got like a little metal targe with the parry skill. I got this thing. Maybe I'll just grab a wooden shield with it. Oh. I am not allowed to parry, says the game. So long as I have a weapon with a thing? Really? So I'll have to do that. No, wait. Did this... Oh, it has no skill. Oh, I'm an idiot. I could have sworn that had parry. Never mind, I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. Ignore everything I say. Is the parry timing different from DS1? Maybe a little bit. I am using a heater shield. That does affect it a little bit. If I had a proper small shield, like a targe with parry on it, then it would be the same parry timing I'm used to. The reason I'm using DS1 as the metric for the timing is because they're using the exact same moveset as the Silver Knights of Anor Londo from Dark Souls 1. And because of that, I'm sitting here like, oh, I've parried those things so many times. You don't even know how many times I've parried the Silver Knights in Dark Souls 1. You could not fathom the amount of times I have parried this moveset. But the timing is definitely different. Like, if I loaded up Dark Souls 1 right now, went to Anor Londo, and then fought some Silver Knights, I would hit every parry without any problem whatsoever. There would be a 0% chance of me missing. Hell, even DS3 has pretty similar parry timing to Dark Souls 1. It's not the same, but it's similar. It's close. Close enough. No, the best parry frames come from the golden parry, when it comes to parrying physical attacks, at least. If you're parrying magical attacks, then yeah, the magic parry is insane. But you have to be parrying magical attacks. Can you guys leave? I'm busy here. Why did that one hit stagger me long enough for the follow-up? Alright, anyway, grabbing this. Fan daggers. Nothing I care about, actually. Eleanor's Poleblade. And the reason behind this is because it's time for a fight. Come on, me. Let's get him. Watch as it spawns in from nothing. An Erdtree avatar. And these things are weak to fire, including Blood Flame. Fuck. Besides, I've done plenty of pairing in DS3 as well. Did my Mimic Tear die already? Oh, I see. The summon area for it is just super tiny, so I ran out of the summon area while dodging stuff. We get a Lord's Rune. Let's take a peek at the Lord's Rune. Runes of one who is destined to become a lord, but when the Elden Ring was shattered, all that remains was a distant duty. Duty. I'm a 3-year-old. I'll go back to my Carian armor. I like the Carian armor. It just looks good. It just looks good. Let's see. Looking at the items I can get in the area, and a lot of it is in the underground area, which I can't go to yet. Got some holy grease. I'm so greasy. There we go, let's take a seat. Hello, Melina. How are you?
My utmost thanks for bringing me to the base of the Erd Tree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the purpose I was given. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent, and the power to turn runes into strength here, with you. I wish you luck in realizing your ambition. You have fought long and hard. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
That's very interesting how she can just leave the power to turn runes into strength with us, but okay. I won't argue. Back to Thor's hammer. Hello there, little soldier man. Come and get me. Ow. Yet another time, I'm certain I pressed roll before I got hit, but didn't roll anyway. Wow, okay. I guess that's to make up for the roll not coming out. Hey, we got a partisan. New weapon. Spear with a wide tip. In addition to thrusting attacks, it can also be swung with a sweeping motion. Hush. Don't let them know I'm here. Well, now he knows. I can do lightning tricks too. That's a big chalice here. Hey, look, sewers. Everybody loves the sewers, am I right? Activate sewer surfing theme from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. By the way, I want to point out there's ash and whatnot all over the place here. And I think a big part of it comes from that. The giant super giga dragon that is the only thing to have ever breached the walls of Leyndell. And it's not ash, it's dandruff. I'm pretty sure it's ash. The Omen Smirk mask from that Omen killer. Let's see. Here we go. Mask with long, hideously twisted horns worn by the Omen Killers increases strength, and increases it by 2. Bears the smirking face of an elder twisted in wicked delight. This visage is carved in the image of the evil spirits that haunt the Omen in their nightmares. So yeah, the Omen, in addition to being born malformed and hated just for being malformed, also get the pleasure of having that as the image of their boogeyman. Hey look, a dead guy. Leyndell's helm, armor, gauntlets, and greaves, and the deathbed dress. Leyndell's equipment is the highest poise in the entire game, if I recall correctly. It's either that or the Bullgoat set, and it's really close to each other. Leyndell and the Bullgoat guy were both heroes that were summoned in to fight against Radahn in the Radahn Festival. Round iron helm with a distinctive large brim, worn by Leyndell the Lionhearted. When this chivalrous, dauntless knight met Fia, who had been driven from her home, he declared himself to be her father. Round iron armor with a banner extending from its back. Same description there. For all of them. Okay, yeah, so the Bullgoat set is slightly more poised, but not by much. And we also got a negligee, the deathbed dress, extremely thin and sheer white dress worn by the deathbed companion as she embraces the dead. Slowly replenishes the HP of nearby allies, but not that of the wearer. The touch of the fabric is exceedingly soft so as not to harm even the most withered corpse while still sharing her warmth. Yeah, look at that sexy outfit. By the way, that you used to also get a pair of revealing panties, like some lingerie that went with this set, but they removed the lingerie. Fia's panties are still in the game's files. You can cheat them in if you use like a cheat engine or something. Look at that hand. But then you would not at all be able to play online because that will get your account flagged and get you in trouble. There are hands all over the place here. Luckily, they're just small hands. No need to be scared of small hands. Unless there's a shit ton of them. Or they're accompanied by a big hand. Don't know how these games handle bans. One of the first things it does is look for if you ever have an item that shouldn't exist. And if that is found, you will be banned. Next, it looks for if you have more than what you can possibly have for items. And they have to be non-tradable items. So, for example, if I had, like, 30 plus 10 daggers, the game wouldn't care because another player could have come in and dropped 30 plus 10 daggers at my feet. I'm sorry, plus 25 in this game. For some goddamn stupid reason, they decided to go to plus 25 for normal stuff. They wouldn't do that. But if I had 30 of the max upgrade material, then the game would actually flag my account as cheating because you can't drop that upgrade material, and you would get a ban. And on top of that, there's not 30 of the max upgrade materials of either kind, somber or regular, in the whole game. So you can't get 30, no matter what you do, other than cheating. How did that miss you? Can't you get it from New Game Plus? Sure you could. But I'm not on New Game Plus whatever number. I'm on New Game. And because I'm on New Game, they know instantly that I'm cheating. They check for that. Here, let's equip this Blessed Dew Talisman, see how much it heals us over time. Oh, look at that awesome heal over time, chat. Look at that bar. Hell yeah. Would it actually read how low your New Game Plus level is? Yep, sure would. It would check against all that stuff to make sure that there's as few false flags as possible. Just because you have 30 of them doesn't mean you cheated, but if you are on New Game Plus 0, then yes, it means you cheated. Whereas if you're on New Game Plus 20, you could have 99 of them. Yeah, it uses easy anti-cheat. Nascent butterflies and an item behind a grate. Uh-oh, it's these guys. Remember them from Volcano Manor? They're very huggy. But I don't want none. You know what they say, I don't want none unless you got buns, hon. It really doesn't need a third-party anti-cheat. But they have it. And easy anti-cheat makes the game run like crap. Hey, Nerd Steel Dagger. Remember, we got one of those a long time ago. From the nobleman Hate, after we helped him with his castle, or his fort, being occupied. Thinking about it, I should keep that like that and swap that around when I need a bow. You used to even get games that have it, it's just bad. It is terrible. Easy anti-cheat is really, really, really detrimental to the smoothness of the game, I guess you could say. The games just run way worse with it. It's like having DRM. Oh, Wrath of the Gods, huh? A little too slow on that. Down you go. Whoa, where'd you come from? Did you see how fucking far that went? I too can make lightning. And that's a roll catch as well. That might as well be like a fucking double boss fight with how healthy those guys are. How much damage they do. Ugh. Ugh. Bad death. It's one of the reasons why modern games don't perform well. Modern games with easy anti-cheat don't perform well because of that, yes. It's one of the reasons, at least. The Guilty Hood. But there's a lot of stuff that adds up for why games don't necessarily run well. Poor optimization is one of the biggest ones. In fact, I'd say poor optimization is the largest factor for why a game does or does not run well. A cracked pot. Oh god, it's another one of those! I'll come back to it. Freaking ulcerated tree spirits, man. I just feel bad for anyone willing to actually put the, I don't know, what is that, like 400, 500 gigabytes of space for the new Call of Duties? Like, man, what an absolute ripoff. Imagine using, like, a whole terabyte hard drive for 2 games of Call of Duty, right? That's pretty awful. There's the Erd Tree Spirit, the ulcerated tree spirit. That's where this other guy came from. He was over here the whole time. $300 gigabytes of gun skins? Nah, a lot of that is in like 4K textures and like over resolution. More resolution than you could possibly need, basically. Well, the reason the new Call of Duty hasn't killed itself due to something like oversaturation yet is because all the players willingly move over to it. If players didn't willingly say, "Hey, let's play the new Call of Duty," and just played the previous entry, then Call of Duty would stop being like a yearly series. Ash of War Thunderbolt. Ah! Ah, my head! Oh my god. Ow. These things are awful. Luckily, they can't climb. God, that guy just jumps on and bites you. Here's that item we saw earlier when we were down in the little sewer area. Pickled turtleneck. Okay, let's pull out Eleanor's pole blade for this. These guys are a little bit weak to flame, including blood flame. I mistimed my roll. I was a little late on it. That's on me. That one I was early on. Roll! Yep, still got me anyway. Guess there's no rolling if you're too close to it. The environment certainly doesn't help. So I was like getting mini falls. Like you drop off of one of these, and if you're in like the little fall animation, can't roll. Anyway, it's like Call of Duty gets to survive the same for the same exact reason that any yearly game gets to survive that's like mainly competitive. Like say a sports game. I was gonna say Madden, but I'll just say sports in general. If people said, "Hey, I don't want to play the New Year's sports game because fuck it. Because it sucks. It's worse than the last one," or something like that. I don't know. And everyone followed suit. Well, that would solve a little bit of that problem, wouldn't it? But that ain't gonna happen. And it would require everyone to be on the same page. If, like, a small group of friends does that, but the game still sells, 10 million copies, then that small group of friends didn't matter. It has to be, like, 80% of the player base or something has to just say no. That's why Pokemon is allowed to, just continuously under-deliver. And yet it still comes out one every year and all that because people still buy it. Same thing. It's extra unfortunate when it's a series that you do like that just starts going super downhill. Like if you were at one point a massive fan of Call of Duty, but now you don't like the direction it's been going. There's plenty of people who just like begrudgingly play the new ones anyway because, well, I liked this when I was growing up. So it'll give me that feeling of enjoyment again eventually, right? Lots of people fall into that trap, too. And hey, play what you want. Far be it from me to tell you not to play this or that. It's your decision. I personally am willing to give up on a series, even if I loved it, when it is, like, the writing is on the wall in big, bold, neon letters that the series is going downhill and downhill fast. Like, if Elden Ring had come out, for example, and sucked, I would not be doing this playthrough right now. If it was just hot garbage. Hey, look, a Crucible Knight. All right, no backstabs allowed, huh? Horn! Oh my god! I did not realize it charged that far. Damn. That went through the whole room to gore me. That's on me. Owie. I have to figure out how to get back to where I was. My stuff was way back there. The avenue balcony might help. You're just not allowed to use universal humanoid mechanics on this humanoid enemy. Mm-hmm. He's a special little guy, and he's immune to backstabs. I'm not going to be able to get down there from here. That's too far of a jump. Wait. Actually, there might be a path there, if I can get to it. If I can get up on it high enough. Was FromSoft kind enough to leave a bench over here? No. No bench. Damn it. Because then I could just jump down there and then go across. Looking like I'm gonna have to go the long way. But yeah, like, right now, you would actually have to pay me to get me to play, like, the newest Pokemon game, for example, whenever it comes out. Because how many years has it been since Pokemon has been good? Like, almost a decade? No, Pokemon was good after Gold and Silver, but, like, they're, like, as much as I like Black, White, and Black 2, White 2, just because the writing was actually good for the first time in a while in a Pokemon game, it feels like. But it also is, like, the mark of a clear, massive decline in quality in the manner of stuff like, graphical fidelity, animations, lag, especially. The second they like stopped doing just sprites, Pokemon became really poorly running. And the past couple mainline Pokemon games have ran like trash. There is Rune. Considering the depiction of the Erd Tree embossed on gold here, and like the statues and whatnot, I have a feeling that at one point in time this might have been a pretty important room for the Crucible Knights. That's why you find one here. At least, I like to think so. Hey, check this out! Shortcut! We're all the way back here. Good shortcut. If there's one thing I will not be able to ever complain about with FromSoft, it is their overall map/level design. It has always been extremely good. Whoa! Dark Souls 2 is like the only weak point of it. It's one of the complaints I have about Dark Souls 2 that I think is pretty valid. And it's one of the things that I always, anytime I play something that is clearly aping Dark Souls or Bloodborne or whatever, like the FromSoft series of games. One of the big things that I always make mention of is how good the level design and especially the shortcut design is. That's part of why Lies of P is so very, very, very impressive, is because it absolutely nails it. One thing I love about Lies of P is that they nail the map design and the setup and payoff of, I found this door here, and this door is a massive shortcut for a big circuitous level, or something like that, right? And not a whole lot of the others have done so.
I need to do better than this. This will never kill a god.
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
Better than this. It needs to slay a bloody god.
So yeah, reminder about Hugh. He was given a task by Marika to make a weapon that can kill a god.
Oh, it's you.
He's been working on that ever since.
It's not important. Just lay out your arms.
And he's not having an easy go of it because, well, killing a god can't be the easiest thing in the world now, can it? Oh, the Nagakiba is also smithing stone. Could have sworn that was different.
Back already, no matter.
Yeah, he just doesn't have any Ancient Dragon smithing stones. Well, not only that, but he needs the raw materials and also the weapons to work with and stuff like that. He needs us, someone willing and capable of bringing him lots of money and materials. And then once he's got all that, he's like, ah, now I've got it. Time to kill a god. Wow, that got expensive real fast. Also, you're not wrong, chat. Just get the right person with enough determination and time on their hands and hand them a broken sword and they'll kill a god. Eventually. Hell, don't even hand them that. Hand them the Briar set and tell them to roll a god to death. They'll do it. Eventually. Okay, what other items can I grab? Okay, we can get the black bow. Got that, got that. The Gravelstone seal, I don't got that yet. Nor that, Seedbed Cursed. I gotta get into the Fortified Manor for that one. Haven't gone there yet. Okay, don't gotta worry about that. Okay, yeah, there's the gargoyle for me to hit. So for now, let's see if I can go grab the black bow, and then I'll make my way toward the fortified manor. I seem to have gotten just about everything else. Good, 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 good. Wonderful. Wunderbar. I think that's the black bow there. I have to go from rooftop to rooftop. Which means I gotta get on a rooftop in the first place, which means I gotta go back that way. Bup, 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 bup. Black bow? Black bow! The black bow is actually extremely good. Longbow carved from black wood to resemble a blade. One of the most difficult bows to master. The blade-like body of the bow is light and cuts through the air. Though a longbow, it can be wielded similarly to a short bow. So it does longbow damage, but at short bow speed with short bow skill. And I believe better scaling than regular longbow or short bow. That being said, the pulley bow is also very good, so I'm not like upset about having the pulley bow or anything. I leveled it up and am happy with its performance. Yes, quite. Indubitably. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to get into that fortified manor. Should be this direction. Up! I heard that. Alright, you. Take that. Oh, Leyndell Knight armor. Nice. I got a dagger. No, you don't. Oh, he's got a friend coming. He's got 2 friends coming. No, you don't. Oh, he got enough of it off to still get the lightning. What? That did enough to kill me? Damn. I'm surprised, actually. Actually, I shouldn't be surprised. It's Elden Ring. Enemy damage is ridiculous in this game. Absolutely fucking insane in this game. Bows don't do great damage in this game. They do okay. They're fine. Like, you can do a bow build if you really want to. Shh, don't let them know I'm here. Shh, 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 shh. And then before he can respond, we blast him with damage. Dedge. Did he just get shot by his friend to death? That's kind of hilarious. Okay, you must die now. Yeah, most enemies do not have any business doing the damage that they do. I say most, because there are some enemies that are like, okay, yeah, that's fair, you did that much damage. Fine. But, most of them, not so much. Most of them just do stupid damage in Elden Ring. I think maybe it's just that enemy type when interacting with the other enemy type that caused the friendly fire to happen. I think it's because of the enemy types as opposed to anything else. Whoops. Well, like, if one of those giant automata that's swinging around massive spears does a lot of damage to me, then I'll just be like, okay, fair. But, you know, random soldier number 374 two-shots me. And then I say, what the fuck, game? Not even elite soldier, just random mid soldier at most. Like those guys that did 60% of my health in a single hit. Those weren't elite soldiers or anything. Look at these guys. These aren't elite soldiers. They're just random who cares soldiers. And yet, they can still two-shot you. sir? A page and a perfumer. Oh, not really a page. Just a little dude. Okay, there is no reason for me to hop down there. We've been down there. Where am I? Dude, anything for me to grab? I don't really think so in this direction. Just tiny things at most. Rick, soldier of God. Here, what if we stack the Royal Remains set, which also gives passive healing, with our passive healing talisman? Let's see that health go up. Oh yeah, look at it go, chat. At this rate, we'll be full healed in like an hour. Yeah, the Royal Remains set isn't really doing anything. Its left breast is emblazoned with the symbol of the Erd Tree worship, said to have once been imbued with an incantation of protection. It's only slightly heavier. That's fine. By the way, look at this massive fucking spear and or arrow coiled here. Not sure if it was an arrow or a spear. It's got that coiling around it because it was lightning imbued as well. Possibly used to kill that dragon at some point in time. Might have shot right through its wing or something. Well, that thing is huge. Oh, no. Oh, and you have a perfumer, too? Oh, no. I forgot about this. Did I just ignore this and leave? Bad, Lion. Bad. Oh, wow, I timed that so beautifully wrong. It was, like, perfectly mistimed. Or like the perfumer. Look, that was, like, half a second of that damage per second powder on me. And it damn near killed me. I got him. He was having some trouble there. Poor kitty was slipping. I've never seen him actually get over that railing like that before. Or really, it was through the railing. He, like, phased through it with his movement. Hey, look over there. That's an item. I want that item. How do I get to that item? How do I get there? I know how to get there. Don't worry. We'll get there eventually. Jump, yeah. By the way, in order to get to this fortified manor, I probably have to go through the tree area, the vines and shit. So, or roots. I say vines, but it's really roots that I'm going to be running across. Because tree is big. Big tree. Big tree. I guess I'll sit. Does not open from this side. So there will be another shortcut eventually. Oh, no you don't. Is down there a place I've been? I think it is. Wait. Over here's a place I've been too. Because it's time to climb up the giant dragon wing. The giant stone dragon. And you get all the way up, and it takes you to the inner wall, where it breached the inner wall. Which means, again, when they said the inner wall has never been breached, that was a lie. A bald-faced lie. The Knights of Leyndell stand vigilant, as ever, ready to get hammered to death. Gravelstone. Oh, that was cute. Think I'm not ready for every single corner ever to have someone around it to attack me? How long do you think I've been playing this series, let alone this particular game for? More than long enough to expect a guy hiding around a corner with a dagger. Phoenix! Hello, Raiders. Phoenix Raid. Cinco Raiders. You know what to do, chat. Fluff the tails. Fluff them good. Cane sword. I think it's a thrusting weapon, is it not? Maybe it's not a thrusting weapon. Oh, here we go. Beloved sword of an aged knight whose last quest was long behind him, repurposed into a walking stick. The tip is rather worn. Though bent of back and without the brawn required even to raise the sword aloft, still he wished to meet his end with weapon in hand. See, that's a nice little bit of storytelling. An old aged knight unwilling to go into that cold, dark embrace without a weapon in hand. Fucking bubbles! Ow. Open the gate! The gate has been opened. We can now make our way more easily into the fortified manor. Look at them big feet. It's a cute story. If only the sword itself was worth using. I think that's kind of the point, is the sword's supposed to be... It even says the tip is worn. It's supposed to be dulled and all that stuff. Just finished the double tree sentinel fight. Oh, now you go to sleep. Good night, Phoenix. Congrats on finishing that horrible double tree sentinel fight. Yeah, we'll just Uchi here. They cheat by having two of them, so you can't actually cheat. Okay, I'll take that. This is the easier type of gargoyle to fight, with the exception of that one attack that it just did. Ah! This tiny-ass area to fight it doesn't make it easier, though. I better be able to riposte it, you piece of shit arena. I wasn't allowed to roll at all there. I was hitting the button. It just didn't let me roll. Fuck you. It's in moments like that that I do wish I had, like, an on-screen controller thing, so that you could visibly see me mashing the roll button and not getting a roll at all. Stab. Okay, am I allowed to riposte this time? Thank you. Critical damage. Oh my fucking god. Oh, why do you put him in an area where he's allowed to just fucking make it impossible? Jesus Christ. Is the fight itself hard? No, but the arena sucks. Yep. Dodge one of them and another one's gonna hit you with that combo. That's why we don't like that weapon. Because that weapon cheats. Well, sir, will you get off the stairs to where I can actually hit you with stuff? Thank you. Yep. That's my fault. That one's my fault. That one is 100% my own fault. That's the only attack I always fumble with the axe, is that delayed drag attack. I'm so bad at that delay attack. Every other attack the axe has, I'm fine with, but that one just fucks me. Please let me repost that. Yay! There, I remembered the delay that time. I did not remember at that time, but the environment for one time worked in my own favor. Alright, he's dead. We got the Gargoyle's Halberd. It's going to say the same thing as all the other gargoyle equipment, I'm pretty damn sure. But let's look at it anyway. Bronze halberd wielded by the valiant gargoyles, just like the wielder, the missing parts have been mended with corpse wax. Yay! It says the same thing as always. Well, look at you, aren't you cute? Stop being allowed to attack while I'm hitting you. Cheater. You're not cute anymore. Yeah, that's just, hey, fight a gargoyle that you've already fought before. You've fought plenty of gargoyles by this point in time, I have. But this time, the arena sucks. It is tiny. And the gargoyle's going to be sometimes untouchable because of the arena. And is going to, like, phase in and out of certain vertical levels. And it's going to make the fight real weird. It did make the fight real weird. And it wouldn't be that big of a deal if not for the fact that, you know, most enemies like two-shot you in Elden Ring. That's just my biggest complaint of Elden Ring is how much damage enemies do. Everything becomes less annoying when the enemies don't two-shot you. That can't possibly hit me, right? Yeah. Haha. I'm in a building. You can't rain lightning down on me. I'm in my safe spot. He's penetrated my safe spot. Okay, this enemy 3-shots me instead of 2-shots me, but that's still pretty a lot of damage, you know? Especially when enemy has a 3-hit combo to use. Let me pull the hammer back out for these guys. They crave the hammer. Gravelstone seal. Yay! Got him. Okay, the Gravelstone seal. Sacred seal made from gravelstone, thought to be an ancient dragon scale. Enhances dragon called incantations of the royal capital. The worship of the ancient dragons does not conflict with belief in the Erd Tree. After all, this seal and lightning itself are both imbued with gold. AKA, hey, we can use this dragon stuff too, and it's really strong, so we're just gonna allow it because we want to use the strong dragon stuff. That's literally it. There's like all kinds of hypocrisy and stuff that you can see in the Golden Order and the way that they deign this is appropriate versus this is not. For example, reminder, they see scales and wings and horns and stuff as, you know, blasphemous and disgusting on people, and yet they worship ancient dragons that have scales and tails and horns and wings. Little hypocrisy there. All right, let's take a peek in this area. Does this place look familiar to you guys? Because it should. It should very much look familiar. Alberic's set. Alberic's set looks cool. Let's take a peek at it. Where the heck is the hat? Okay, seriously, where the heck is the hat? Am I stupid? I could be stupid. Oh, right here. Mad Tongue Alberic's pointed hat, a sign of a heretical practitioner. Set with red glintstone, said to be formed by the blood of sacrifices, strengthens thorn sorcery. Alberic was an aloof and yet disturbed heretical sorcerer, said to have been driven mad by jeering tongues during his service to the Round Table Hold long ago. The other piece should be here. Yep. Mad Tongue Alberic's robe, set with red glintstone, said to be formed by the blood of sacrifices, strengthens thorn sorcery. So yeah, all his stuff has this red glintstone. We've never seen red glintstone before. We've seen turquoise or light green. We've seen blue glintstone. We've seen purple glintstone, but never red. That's our first red glintstone. And it even provides you with the exact reason why you don't see red glintstone, because it requires the sacrifice of people to create. People sacrifice to the glintstone. Two Fingers Prayer Book. Hey, look, this is a cozy little dining room area with some black key bolts, and then there's these guys. And a nice little kitchen area right next to it. With a big pot going on. And again, the dining area has a nice fireplace. Leads out into this storeroom where they keep food, which leads to the foyer. And if you take a look, there's an upstairs to go to, a portrait of Godfrey, the sign of the beast, a maiden up there, more than likely a finger maiden or something. So in case it hasn't become completely apparent yet, this is the Round Table Hold. It is exactly the same layout as the Round Table Hold. In fact, more than likely, the Round Table Hold is even based on this place. And look, the Flightless Bird painting, and you can see it is of a painting of Leyndell. Not too far away either. Pretty sure I know where that is too. Okay, yeah, before I head out there and do stuff there... By the way, this lever is here to open this door if you come in from the other direction. Let's get this invasion done with Vargrim the Raging Wolf and Errant Sorcerer Wilhelm's world. Let's go get him. Let's pound him. But hey, we have a friend! Unlike Patches, who just sends you off to do his dirty work, Big Man here is actually willing to put some work in. Hey, look! We know that weapon that Vargrim is using. Wow, that doesn't knock you out of your swing. Vargrim's using one of the weapons of the Godskins, and Errant Sorcerer Wilhelm here is using Lusat sorceries, Celia sorceries. Well done. Easy peasy. Easiest invasion of my life. We got the Raging Wolf helm and armor set for our trouble. And the weapon he was using... let's see if I can find it. Maybe it's down a little bit. I don't think it counts as a spear or a halberd. I was pretty sure it counted as a greatsword, but I don't believe I saw it in the greatswords. Not the twin blades. I'm sorry it's taking me a moment to find it. There we go, the Godslayer's greatsword. He was using this, the sacred sword of the Glow-Eyed Queen who controlled the Godskin Apostles before her defeat at the hands of Malekith. It has the Queen's Black Flame ability. Now, maybe his armor set will give us a clue as to why he would be wielding such a sword. The Raging Wolf helm, worn by Vargrim the Raging Wolf, one of the first Tarnished to visit the Round Table Hold. Vargrim's nickname comes from the white wolf's mane that decorates the helm. Well, that didn't help. How about the armor? According to the old legends, wolves are the shadows of the Empyrean, and this is what Vargrim aspired to be. Not quite the same. So no, we're not going to get the info. That being said, the Raging Wolf set looks pretty cool. Let's see, it's got that nice chest piece in the center, and the pauldrons are almost like feathers for a little bit of ornateness to it. It looks nice. I am a fan of this armor. Visually, at least. Its stats are a little bit less than amazing. There's a bunch of these Iron Virgins here, and we're going to get grabbed by one instantly. Help. Did that one just try to grab me while I was in the middle of being grabbed? That is incredibly rude. Okay, we're going to try our best to avoid these as we run around and pick stuff up. Stormhawk Axe. A nascent butterfly. Somber Smithing 6. I just want to escape. Do we know what these are actually for? They are for protection and mining. Rhea Lucaria specifically designed them with those saw wheels and stuff so that they could mine through bedrock and whatnot in order to get more glintstone. And then they decided, hey, what if we turned them into horrifying war machines at the same time? And so they added, like, the roots on the inside. And by the way, here's the Divine Bridge we were at before. It all loops around. So that's where you would have been taken to if you were to get invaded over here and the elevator came up. Anyway, they seem to mass produce these Iron Virgin things for those purposes of mining and or protection, and then, I don't know, maybe sold them to other places or what have you. How did you even... There's no way you can get to me. No possible way. My body. Please let me out. Okay, it couldn't get to me, but I could get to it. And then once I got to it, it went poorly for me. Okay, you know what? How about this? I don't think either of these drop anything, but, you know, just in case, we can double check real quick. They're not that hard to beat. It's honestly pretty rare for an enemy to even be capable of falling down a hole. Elden Ring's pretty good about making enemies unable to fall down holes. In general, at least. In general. Okay, let's double check equipment that we can get here. Okay, yeah, so let's take a look at that axe we got, the Stormhawk axe. Guess it's not part of the halberd set, must be part of just the axe set. There it is. Battle axe designed to resemble a hawk, with its wings comprising the blade. Signature weapon of warriors who strive to remain one with the storm, despite being so far from their place of birth. Their hearts are proud, and thereby easily undone. Unique skill, Thunderstorm. Imbue the armament's wing blade with lightning and swing it around to create a tempestuous lightning storm. Follow up with an additional input to perform up to 2 spinning attacks. Big spin! It's pretty cool. It looks really cool, at least. And it electrifies the weapon for a period of time. On top of that. I'm on the wrong side for the grace, or am I? You know what? What if I just do that? Let's just do it the smart way. Just a quick heal. Now then... Forget, is it from there or elsewhere? Because we got to get to that upper floor. I think I have to go from elsewhere to get to the upper floor. Maybe over here, though. I'll double check. The only problem is that those guys are going to be doing that. Like annoying people. Oh, hold up. Can I get to the roof from here? Is that how I did it? No, there's no way that's how I did it. I don't remember doing it this way. Oh, I was bound to get hit eventually. Okay, let me deal with these guys first. Honestly. Somebody needs to teach you kids manners. You know what? You dropped a helm for me. That's okay, manners. Okay. I kinda think I have to climb the feet and get up there, don't I? Okay. That got me this, and this at least. Stone sword key. Feet. Apologize as I take a minute to try and remember how I got to the upper level of the totally not round table hold. Maybe it's over here. No dogs allowed. Oh, it's right over there. I'm being silly. Should have realized I was on the wrong side anyway. Here we go. Oh, damn, that dog figured it out. Bye. Here we go. In case it wasn't painfully obvious before that this is the round table hold, probably the original round table hold, and the round table hold itself is based off this. Here you go. Here's where Hugh is. That's why we get a sanctified wet blade there. And a hammer. The sanctified wet blade can be used as a whetstone knife. When applying an affinity using physical or golden type ashes of war, an additional affinity of sacred or lightning can be chosen. And the hammer comprised of a large stone affixed to a metal handle, originally a blacksmith's tool. The art of smithing is said to originate among the giants. This weapon's striking attack boasts ample weight behind them. It's very, very possible that this was the original round table hold, and then they, by my sword, they copied this design entirely for the round table hold that we go to, which I'm not going to teleport to, but it looks exactly like this. Hero's Rune, where Fia would normally be. Here's where Roderica would sit. And oh look, they even have the little sword table. How about where the two fingers are? What's in the two fingers room? Oh, it's empty. No finger maidens? No two fingers? Just a coated sword. Hidden sword once granted to the tarnished of the round table by the two fingers. A formless cipher comprises its blade, which deals holy damage no shield can repel. Champions would gather at the round table hold in days long past when the two fingers were masters of oration, their flesh yet full of vigor. Unique skill unblockable blade. Imbue the cipher with light, extending its length, then strike with a sudden sweeping attack. This attack cannot be blocked. So yeah, this was the round table hold. But obviously, the Tarnished were not particularly welcomed by Morgott. And thus, this place is now defunct. Nothing more than an abandoned, nice-looking little stronghold. And hey, remember that story we heard about how the Dung Eater had violated a friend of Blackguard Boggart? You find a seedbed curse on a corpse here. Seedbed curse, and that's our very first one. A curse grown on a corpse killed and defiled by the Dung Eater. A tender pox afflicted with omen horns. The Dung Eater cultivates the seedbed curse on corpses. By doing so, he prevents dead souls returning to the Erd Tree, leaving them forever cursed. One of the most loathsome things found in all the lands between. So, for one reason or another, the Dung Eater has figured out an ability to basically afflict the exact same thing that the omens are inflicted with onto the corpses, which then goes into the souls of the dead that the Dung Eater defiles. And because their souls are defiled and cursed, they are removed from the cycle of the Erd Tree. No longer capable of their reincarnation or anything. Instead, they just die cursed. And any of their lineage becomes cursed. Your mother, cursed. Your father, cursed. Your brother, cursed. Your daughter, cursed. Your sister, cursed. Your grandfather twice removed? Oh, you better believe he's cursed. Anyway, the reason that that room is so full of corpses and whatnot is probably because the Dung Eater turned it into his hideaway once the Round Table Hold got defunct. And because the Round Table Hold we know seems to be a reflection of the Round Table Hold here, then perhaps the disgusting vileness of that room got reflected into the Round Table Hold we know. Hence why it was closed off until the spirit of the Dung Eater, his red spirit, took residence in it. Anyway, right over there is where we fought that gargoyle. So we're back where we were before, baby. It's time to climb some roots. But first, as you can see, there's something over here. Let's see what's over here. Got a big fella here. He's a big guy for you. Got him. Another gladiator fallen. Or, I guess in this case, a duelist, but close enough. And another duelist. Standing here at a coliseum, a former coliseum, I should say. Now defunct. because Godfrey is no longer Lord and Radagon's a nerd. But there's the Ritual Shield Talisman here. Much like the Ritual Sword Talisman, it's pretty good. If you're playing a level 1 character, especially. A talisman powered after shields used in ritual combat held to honor the Erd Tree. Raises defense when HP is at maximum. The practice had died out by the age of King Consort Radagon, but remains of the arenas where ritual combat took place can still be found in every land, and that's where the duelists come from. That's this right here is a ritual coliseum. All that good stuff. Okay, then. Let me double check something real quick. Pretty sure they're not here yet because I haven't done the next step in the quest line, right? Yeah. I guess I should probably do that. Good night, Sedeka. Hey, look, free item. The Starfist. This is probably the best weapon. The best fist weapon in the game. Spherical iron manifer covered in spikes, which induce blood loss, used in brutal games of pugilism. So what's so good about this is that it, A, has the spikes on it, so it can induce blood loss, which is great. And B, because they are basically maces, classified as something very similar to maces, the Starfist also builds up stagger damage very heavily, and you can knock enemies on their ass pretty easily with it. It's good. Now that we've reached this area, I should have done this a lot sooner, but let's go talk to Brother Corrin, and let's go tell him where Gold Mask is. Fist weapons are great status weapons? Yes, anything that hits fast, so especially if you can, like, swing it twice, is really good at building up statuses. That's why Eleonora's Poleblade is so good, because it builds up bleed really fast. Hey, Corrin! I found Gold Mask.
Ah, you appear to be doing well. Very good.
Very good indeed.
Would you like to learn an incantation?
But before anything else, let me give him a Two Fingers prayer book.
That is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no lineage.
How? How is that a work of heresy? It's the Two Fingers prayer book, man. It's the Two Fingers.
I can happen.
And yet somehow it's still heresy. Lord's Heal. Heal a massive amount of HP for the caster and nearby allies. Hold to continue praying and delay activation. Tarnished. Oh, tarnished. Seek the Erd Tree and stand before Marika, its queen. Become the Elden Lord. And Lord's Aid. Alleviates buildup of poison, blood loss, and sleep for the caster and nearby allies. Additionally, cures poison.
Do you sport with me? From your description, it can be no other than the Gold Mask himself. Of course, I knew he would be close by. Bless the Golden Order and its benevolent rays. And to you too, my sincerest thanks.
Yes, of course, Brother Corrin, of course.
May the Golden Order shine.
After all, we're best friends, right?
May the Golden Order... I will soon leave to join the noble Gold Mask. It is entirely thanks to you. You have my sincerest gratitude. May the Golden Order...
So hey, let's head over to Gold Mask now. because he should be by Gold Mask at this point. Point. Key point.
Ah, we meet yet again. Thanks to you, I have become acquainted with the noble Gold Mask himself, and taken my place by his side, as you can see. Have no fear. I will still teach you incantations as before, though we must do so quietly, such that we not disturb the great master's cogitation.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's doing so much, isn't he? Discus of Light, one of the incantations of the Golden Order fundamentalists, produces a ring of light and fires it forwards. The ring of light returns to a position close to the caster before disappearing. This incantation can be cast repeatedly. A gift from the young Mikola to his father, Radagon. So, hey, this is a little bit interesting. It shows that Mikola and Radagon apparently had a solid relationship with each other, where Mikola was a follower of the Golden Order at a young age, and was even researching how to make use of it and stuff, and how to create incantations. About Gold
The
Mask.
master is always deep in contemplation, while I frantically attempt to record his wisdom, the movement of his finger. And though I am yet to comprehend even the daintiest morsel of his wisdom, I know that this is my life's calling. The Golden Order has bestowed me, talentless as I am, the great duty of documentarian.
I see. So you're
May
gonna
the
sit
Golden
here
Order
and
shine through you.
you're gonna sit here and write down Gold Mask's fingers moved 0.3 millimeters to the left today.
Further study of indeed. May the Golden Order shine.
So now he's called not Brothers
Further study
Corrin,
of
but
indeed.
Scribe Corrin.
May the Golden Order shine through.
Alright, you guys enjoy doing that. Have as much fun as you want. Fucking weirdos. Absolute weirdos, honestly. Gold Mask's hand moved 0.3 millimeters to the right today, after it moved 0.4 millimeters to the left yesterday. He must be closing in on something grand. I feel like Corrin can probably find an excuse to make anything Gold Mask does into a big deal. That's just the kind of guy, fanboy he is. Hey, look who I found.
Whatever is the matter, please, I implore you, continue. Continue your reflections, your rhythms. I must be the one to record them. What matters this issue of Radagon, really? The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp. Oh, was that you? Sorry, I hardly noticed. I'm a little shaken since the Master ceased his movements. The Master's reflections had heightened as we neared the Erd Tree, while still a precise calculus. The rhythms grew increasingly wild, until he simply ceased. Now the Master is facing quite the puzzle. The Golden Order is founded on the principle that Marika is the one true god. However, the name of Marika's second husband, King Consort Radagon, also appeared. Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever since Radigan's name was discovered.
Like these.
Curse my mediocre mind. The Master only has me. And here I fail him. Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever since Radigan's name was discovered. But oh, how important could it really be? The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp.
How important indeed. Oh my god, he made noise. He went... Maybe if I also wear a diaper and do that pose, I'll figure something out about life. Probably not, though. So they'll be there doing that for a little bit. At least until we do something. Is he pointing at something? He is pointing at something, yes. Look. See, he's pointing at the Erd Tree. Maybe Thor's secretly Radagon? My hair isn't red. How could I be Radagon? Honestly, chat. Come on. Your theories have to at least make a little bit of sense, guys. But that's just a theory. Your game theory. Watch as I wave my sword around. Okay, come on. Up we go. There we go. Remember, these are the Erd Tree protectors that become literally implanted with roots of the Erd Tree so that they can better protect it. I don't know how that makes them better at protecting it, but that's why they've got branches growing out of their backs. Flowering branches. Well, whatever they're doing, it can't be that important. Anyway, boss fight time. Behold, Godfrey, first Elden Lord. Ow. How did that guy get in the arena? Big slam. There it is. He has the same stomp that all the Crucible Knights have, because he's the teacher of the Crucible Knights. The difference is that his stomp is bigger, his axe is bigger, everything about him is bigger. Don't back that, or roll that. Oh, that was a long combo there, buddy. 2, 3, 4, 5, and whoop. Finish him. The spirit of Godfrey defeated. So, that was more like a remembrance of Godfrey. Kind of similar to the remembrances we have in our possession of the various rune bearers and powerful things that we fought. That's essentially what we fought, was a remembrance. As for why it's here, I mean, that's obvious. It's protecting... He's performing his duty as Elden Lord. And protecting those within. Because we're basically knocking on the door of where America sits, you know, the throne of power. No reason to go down there yet. The Elden Lord. And by the way, look at the various finger maidens. There's a bunch of dead finger maidens in this room. Why are there so many dead finger maidens, and who killed them? Dead, 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 dead. All finger maidens, all dead. As far as the eye can see, dead fingy maidens. Can't get up there from that? No. I have to go a different way to get up. Look, there's an item. We need that item, chat. Aha. We get the Golden Order Principia from this, what looked like basically a clergyman from that. Can't wait to give it to Corrin and for him to tell me it's somehow blasphemy, heretical. Erdtree bow. Longbow featuring Erdtree styling. In times of old, when faith and battle went hand in hand, this weapon was created in tandem with the golden arrow. Scales all arrow damage with faith, revealing its true worth when used with holy infused arrows. If you're doing big faith build, then that's a fine arrow or bow to use. Take that ladder down. There we go. We got some Celestial Dew. If you're not doing a big faith build, then don't ever use that weapon ever. Simple as that. You're about to get touched, K-Samurai. I'm gonna reach out and touch you. Holy grease. Now, reminder, every finger maiden is supposed to have been paired with a 2 fingers. A pair, not like 3 finger maidens for 1 2 fingers, 1 finger maiden, 1 2 fingers, which implies that at some point in time there were many 2 fingers around. Many of them around. Do you ever get special dialogue options based on your build? No, not really. Hey, look at that! An invisible Black Knife assassin. If I didn't have this sentry torch, why, I wouldn't be able to see that at all. In fact, if I put it away, I think she might go back to being invisible. Maybe not. Maybe once the sentry torch saw her, that's it. But you saw she was sitting right outside of... Boop, boop, boo. The Queen's Bedchamber. That's right, this is where Queen Marika would chill on this big, uncomfortable-looking stone bed. And we get the blessing of the Erd Tree. Blessing of the Erd Tree is quite good. Grants a greater blessing to the caster and nearby allies, gradually restoring a large amount of HP. The Erd Tree once flourished with abundance, yet it was only for a fleeting moment. Such is the course of all life. And you can see there are many tablets here. And there's two things that are interesting about this. Number one, this implies that Marika has been in power for a long fucking time. For hundreds, if not over a millennium of time. From all the way back when things were written on stone tablets up until now, where we clearly have parchment paper and stuff like that. Number two, remember how I mentioned that every troll we've ever found has the core of their torso ripped out, a bunch of roots implanted, and a tablet held by the roots? Why, it's possible that these tablets are something similar to the tablets that are inserted into trolls to keep them in control and to keep them under the command of the Golden Order. So it's one of those two things. It's either these tablets are control tablets that can be inserted into other creatures, or alternatively, it is just to illustrate that Queen Marika has been in power for an exceedingly long time. For like, I don't know, 1,000+ years. Now then. It is important for us to go talk to Corin now. By the way, do you like how that Black Knife assassin was just hanging outside the Queen's bedchamber, just expecting a way to just get in there and attack Marika at some point in time? Or alternatively, kill any big shot that could come out? Oh, before we go too far, let's read this Golden Order Principia. Prayer Book of the Golden Order Fundamentalists, a dense and complex academic treatise that contains the Order's fundamental principles. Can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to Radagon's Rings of Light and the Law of Regression. Now, we're going to give this to Corin, and I swear to God, if he says that this is a work of heresy, I'm going to possibly kill him on the spot. How could this possibly be a work of heresy? It can't be. He was sleeping on the job. I had to wake him up. Ayaya, 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 ayaya.
Oh, was that you? Yes, the Master is still ceased. And after coming all this way, why now, of all times?
Hey, Corin. Have this Golden Order Principia.
This is a volume of incantation. It's good to see your enthusiasm. Indeed, I will happily take it off your hands.
There you go. One of the very, very, very few things that you can give him that is not considered a work of heresy to him. Notice it is purely Golden Order fundamentalism, not Two Fingers fundamentalism or Two Fingers prayers, but specifically Golden Order fundamentalism. That is important. And now we get Radagon's Rings of Light, one of the incantations of the Golden Order fundamentalists, a gift of gratitude to the young Miquella from his father Radagon. Produces a golden ring of light and fires it across a wide area. Charging enhances the range. And yet, the young Miquella abandoned fundamentalism, for it could do nothing to treat Malenia's accursed rot. This was the beginning of unalloyed gold. So we get a story in two incantations here. Miquella, being a follower of the Golden Order fundamentalism, and wanting to, prove his loyalty, impress his father, stuff like that, creates the Discus of Light, and wants to ask what the Golden Order can do to help the affliction of his sister, who is afflicted with an unceasing scarlet rot that racks her body at all times. But, despite the good relationship between Miquella and his father, despite the fact that Malenia is Radagon's child, the Golden Order didn't have any way of treating the rot that racked Malenia's body. And so Miquella said, then what good is the Golden Order for us anyway? Decided to leave it and search for his own answers. And that was the beginning of him researching into unalloyed gold, specifically to treat Malenia's rot because, well, he wants his sister to not suffer anymore. And here we have the law of regression, one of the key fundamentals. Key fundamentals. There are two key fundamentals. We'll find the other later. Heals all negative statuses, dispels any special effects, and reveals mimicry in all its forms. The fundamentalists describe the Golden Order through the powers of regression and causality. Regression is the pool of meaning that all things yearn eternally to converge. And regression, as you can see, it regresses things to their natural state. Negative statuses are removed. Special effects, such as buffs, are removed. Mimicry is removed. It puts things back to their natural state.
Who exactly was Radagon? The master is stumped. His finger has remained. But, oh...
Who exactly was Radagon? Well, that's a good question. Let's go get the answer. Because the answer is right under their noses. But, in order to reveal the answer, we are going to need to grab that spell that we just learned. But first, let me reorder a few of these spells, eh? Golden Vow there, get Electrify Weapon there. And then the rest of this is fine. Alright, let's grab the Law of Regression. We're going to need that. You know what? For fun, just for fun, let's show off Radagon's Rings of Light and compare it to Miquella's Discus of Light. So here's the Discus of Light. You throw out your pizza wheel, it sits out, and then it comes back. And it hits each time for both the travel out and the travel back. Get them pizza wheels out there. Not bad. Meanwhile, Radagon's like, oh, son, that was cute. Hey, watch this. What if we took the wheel and just made a massive super wheel all around us? But I mean, it's probably based off of, it's probably off the basis of the discus wheel. So the discus wheel being a nice discovery then allowed Radagon to be like, what if we took that but did it this way and made a stronger version of it, essentially. Anywho, let's go down here. Because there's something pretty interesting down here. Pretty darn interesting. Now, hopefully I won't die, but just in case, we'll set that back up there, because there is a little something here for us to fight. Regression alone reveals secrets. Regression alone, aka the law of regression. Good thing we got that incantation. We can reveal some secrets. But before we do that, oh, god damn it. Before we do that, we've got that guy to deal with. Y'all like Crucible Knights? Who doesn't like Crucible Knights? Time to fight another one. What Crucible Knight number is this? Remember, there were 16 in total. And yes, there are 16 in the game. You can fight every single Crucible Knight. Got him. First try. Yet another Crucible Knight taken down. Get your little ass over here. Huh? Huh? There we go. Barrier of Gold. There it is. One of the incantations of Erdtree worship greatly increases magic damage negation for the caster and nearby allies. This incantation was used by the champions of the Erdtree in the First and Second Liurnian Wars, during which the red-haired Radagon joined the hero's ranks. Alright, it's time to reveal secrets. So, let me just mention one important thing about the Law of Regression. It requires int to cast, not faith, despite it being an incantation. It requires 37 int to cast. Everything else requires faith, at least in conjunction with int, if not purely just faith. All the 2 fingers, purely faith. The Golden Order fundamentalism, faith mixed with int, with the exception of Law of Regression, which is pure int. Pure faith here. All the flame spells, pure faith. The Godskin spells, the beast spells, all pure faith. Faith, 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 maybe a little bit of arcane. So, why does this require intelligence? Well, let's see what it does. This, as you might remember, is a statue of Radagon. Now, when we cast the Law of Regression, maybe I wasn't close enough. Let's get right up in there. And when we cast the Law of Regression, okay, maybe we do it right way back here. There we go. The statue changes to Merica, and we get a new message. Radagon is Merica. This is a pretty big reveal, all things considered. Remember how remember when we were talking to the turtle, and they said that Radagon harbored a deep secret, and that a sculptor at one point glimpsed the secret, but the secret was hidden away. The secret is that Radagon and Merica are one and the same. And that's a pretty big reveal for a couple of reasons. So, first off, this can mean one of two things. This can either mean that Radagon and Merica have always been the same, and that Radagon and Merica have always shared the same body, and that Radagon may be a different psyche of Merica, a different personality from Merica, or something along those lines. Or it could have meant that at some point in time, Radagon and Merica were two different people, but then combined together and converged into one. So, reminder about what this law of regression says. Regression is the pool of meaning that all things yearn eventually to converge. All things yearn to converge. So, that kind of hints that it is very possible that Radagon and Merica used to be two different beings. That at some point in time, they converged with each other. They regressed into one being instead of being two separate beings. But personally, I like to think that Merica and Radagon were always the same being. And that Radagon is a separate personality that shares a body with Merica, and that Merica used a basis in order to create said personality and said existence, and specifically used it as, how do I put this? As a way to get things that Merica would normally not be able to get particularly easily. So, even if Radagon was at some point in time a separate body, I like to think Merica created Radagon. She created this warrior and sent this warrior out possibly as a test to see how well this warrior's creation went by in the First Liurnian Wars as the head of it, as opposed to sending Godfrey out, despite the fact that Godfrey had an incredible amount of success at every single campaign he's ever been in. Instead, Merica had a reason to send out Radagon as the head of the armies that marched on Liurnia. And I like to think the reason is because she created Radagon, maybe with a piece of herself even, as a potential to always be able to either take the power back and undo Radagon if he was a failure, or to bring Radagon back in and combine the experiences Radagon can gain and the knowledge he gains with her own body. Because, remember, Merica is seeking intelligence. She's seeking knowledge in the first place. And it even said that Merica wanted to uncover the secrets of the Golden Order, the Greater Will, the Two Fingers, all those things. She wanted to know. She didn't want to just blindly show faith to them. She didn't want to blindly be a vassal for this force, which certainly gave her great power. But Merica, has been shown to be very power hungry. When Merica got this incredible godlike power, did she sit on her hands and just rule over what she could get nearby? No, she went out and conquered various lands. She went out and gained as much as she could. Anything that she thought could be integrated into the teachings of the Golden Order, that could be integrated into her kingdom, she then integrated. Despite the fact that things like scales and wings and tails are seen as blasphemy on people, people worship and do communion about the ancient dragons and gain the ability to then use the lightning the ancient dragons had to grow out tails of the ancient dragons and swing them, claws of the ancient dragons and swing them, roars of the ancient dragons, all that stuff, despite the fact that everything else from the teachings of the Golden Order says that those shouldn't be allowed because of the fact that it can strengthen her kingdom. America allowed those things. Despite the fact that they started with a campaign to completely take over and subjugate Liurnia, to take over the sorcerers and put them under heel, the fact that they proved themselves powerful in battle, and to be fair, America probably could have continued sending in hordes and gotten the upper hand over time, or even sent, the big guns in, the demigods and or any of the elite forces she didn't send out to Liurnia. Despite the fact that she could have done that, she instead saw power in Liurnia. She saw that Radagon had made a command decision and said, we should join forces instead, and Marika went with it. And Marika went with it because I like to think Radagon was always a part of Marika, even if at one point he was a separate body. And here's the extra kicker. Remember how one of the campaigns that we've been able to learn about was the Golden Order genociding the giants, the fire giants. And one of the key components of the visuals of fire giants, which we haven't seen quite yet, is that every fire giant had red hair. No people had red hair, except Radagon. It's possible Marika used a bit of giant as a basis, combined a bit of herself in it, created Radagon, and then sent Radagon out on a campaign as a test. And while Radagon didn't, crush the Liurnians underfoot, what happened is Radagon created a mutually beneficial alliance between the two, which is just as good, which is perfectly fine. Radagon, on top of that, was able to marry the most powerful sorcerer in Liurnia to create a bit of family with her. 3 children in the forms of Rykard, Radahn, and Ranni. Radahn quickly started growing into giant size because, like I said, it's more than likely Radagon has some giant DNA in him. Radahn became a general and proved himself insanely powerful. Radahn proved himself loyal to the Golden Order, despite being born in Liurnia, and that only being like an alliance. He proved himself more loyal to the Golden Order than to Liurnia, and even achieved a feat of stopping the stars from flowing, which then stopped the fates of the powerful beings in Liurnia. So if there was some sort of fate they could write in the stars, or any sort of power they could bring from it that would give them the upper hand to defeating the Golden Order if they ever felt like it, that's completely halted. Rykard became a preceptor. And was also basically proving himself pretty loyal at the time to the Golden Order before things happened and changed greatly for him. And Ranni, well, Ranni never quite got down with it. Ranni was always down with the sorcery stuff and was always more loyal to Liurnian things, but she wasn't actively doing anything bad at the time. Well, until she killed Godwyn, but, you know, I mean, come on. God forbid a girl do anything. Jeez, can't even kill a guy without getting shit. But we're not here to talk about that. Instead, what we're here to talk about is the fact that Marika created Radagon with a piece of herself and a piece of a fire giant. And created him as initially a test. And the test was successful enough that she was happy with it and happy with the decisions that were made there. Now, as for why Radagon was called back and eventually merged back with Marika, we'll get into that a little bit later. But I just want you to put that into your mind, that Marika made Radagon, that Radagon is part giant, and that is why all the children of Radagon have red hair, while no one else in the game has red hair except for Radagon's lineage. And why Radahn grew to giant size, literally became a giant. And all of this is partially, I'd like to say that some of it might not be 100% expected from Marika, but all of this is by Marika's design. I hope for now that sounds very, not too far-fetched to you guys. I don't know if anyone's done the Marika made Radagon from giant scraps in a cave. I don't know how many other people have reached that as a conclusion, but the pieces of the puzzle fit together that way. It might be wrong, and it might be different. Radagon and Marika might have always just been one body, and they swap in who's in command now and again. Or they could have been two completely different people. Radagon could have been like some relatively normal birth, but still had those red hair and stuff. And I could be wrong. But the fact that I can say that stuff, and like I said, the pieces of the puzzle do fit together, is super interesting and very neat, in my opinion. Yo, hey, Goldmask, did you know Radagon is Marika? He's like, oh, holy shit. He like, Goldmask never actually talks, but he does make noises. He literally went, oh, when I said Radagon is Marika.
What on earth did you do to the Master? Well, not that I'm complaining. Master's finger moves again, resuming his cogitation. More than good enough
My
for
finger
me.
moves too,
I
Corin.
haven't the words to thank you. So I'd like to pass this on to you instead. A glimpse into the heart of the Golden Order. Documented by yours truly.
The Immutable Shield. One of the incantations of the Golden Order fundamentalists. Enchants the shield held in the left hand with the light of regression, increasing all forms of non-physical damage negation and ailment resistance. Two concepts form the basis of Golden Order fundamentalism. One is the law of regression, to which this incantation relates. We will eventually see the other one.
To think that Radagon was Marika herself, or at least such is all I can interpret from the rhythm and calculus of his finger. How would such a thing even have been possible, I wonder?
I wonder.
Sadly, I cannot comprehend it myself. Do you have a fuller understanding of the matter?
I think I do.
Well, either way, I can continue my documentation. In truth, it matters very little whether I understand the Master's thoughts or not. I am merely his scribe. It is my sole and unwavering purpose.
Well, good luck, Corn.
Further study of Indeed, I applaud.
I do hope that things work out for you two. You two cute kids. I'm off to go spank a naughty child. What does Gold Mask think? Gold Mask thinks... he thinks that. Which says to me he wasn't expecting Radagon Ismerica to be what I told him. Let's see. What would be a good suit of armor to spank this child with? Well, I could put the Godskin Apostle equipment on. That would be one thing I could do. Black... the monk armor, maybe? You know what? Crucible Knight armor. Actually, wait, no. No. I have to fight him with the first outfit he ever saw me in. It's time to go back to our roots. Oh boy, it is hard to tell which gauntlets are which, if I'm being honest with you. There it is. Back to our roots. Nippon steel. But hey, before that, who's this young lady that we can summon in? It's Melina! That's right! You can summon Melina in for this fight. And if you look inside the arena, you can see that the boss is absolutely not in there. Because, again, they don't spawn anymore until you have walked through the gate, the mist. Ooh.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Miquella and Malenia. General Radahn. Praetor Rykard. Luna Princess Rani.
Gotta love how her seat is tiny.
Willful traitors. All. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Six sword, dude.
Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled by King Morgoth, last of all kings.
God, that's a cool intro. I love it. So, hey, His name isn't Margit the Fell at all. His name is Morgott. He was using a fake name. Although he didn't do a very good of the fake job of the fake name, considering it's damn near the same name, but still, fake name. Also, his projection was really holding back compared to his actual strength. Erdtree healing, thank you, Melina. Look at her go. Look at our health go up. Ooh. Do you like lightning, sir? I sure hope you do. Melina must survive. Back up. His accursed blood runs wild.
Stained by my curse, such shame I cannot bear. Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
Oh, goddamn, the eruption. So, yeah. His cursed omen blood he is not happy with. Because, reminder, he is very loyal to the Golden Order. And now his blood flame has erupted. Oh, he got me. Ow. I forgot how to fight this guy. Been a while. All my timings are off for all of his attacks. There we go, that's a phase 1 move. Oh no! Once more I rolled and it didn't roll. Damn it. Once more I pressed roll and it didn't roll. To be fair, I was fighting really poorly. I was getting hit by fucking everything. I do not know this guy's phase 2 moves at all. I think I fought his phase 2 my first time playing through the game, and then never again because the speedrun kills him too fast. So despite killing him a million billion times. Oh well, we'll be fine. Second try is the key. We will win now. God damn, dude. Once more, I had that situation where I hit roll, not on the last one, but on his second hit that hit me. And it didn't roll, and I just ate the hit for some reason, and then it rolled afterwards. Which isn't how it's supposed to work, video game. When I press the button, the thing is supposed to happen. Damn it. My apologies for dying to this easy boss. Tail. Damn it, I didn't want the tail. Man, I hate how he doesn't really... He doesn't really show whether he's going to do that hammer move or the other hammer move. Leave Melina alone! Oops. I can't really get through that. I rolled both of those, game. What the fuck? I rolled both of those hits that I took. Ah, come on. It's legitimately upsetting to press the button before something happens and not have the button go. That is very upsetting, especially if it causes a death. That is annoying, man. Oh, hey, I forgot to equip my, I have a 4th talisman slot now. Ugh. Super fucking annoying, man. Dragon Crest Shield Talisman. Save the bubble shield for phase 2 then. Man, look at him spin. He going. By the way, do you like how Melina uses Erd Tree incantations? Remember, born at the foot of the Erd Tree and all that.
The thrones, stained by my curse, such shame they cannot bear. Thy part in this
shall not be forgiven. Oh my god, a random geyser. Big swing. Oh. Fuck! He never stopped attacking. He never stopped attacking. Damn, I thought I had a chance to heal after the 4th attack, but no. That's my bad. That's on me. Melina Part Tree. Reminder, Melina said that she was born at the foot of the Erd Tree. How did that hit me? He's so spinny. Big swing, big spin. Get away! He still got me.
The thrones, stained by my curse, such shame they cannot bear. Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
He's really pissed about the whole being an omen thing. Hey, leave her alone. We got him. Good job, Melina. You kicked the shit out of him. Melina's a beast. High five. Oh, well, there she goes. We got Morgoth's Great Rune in remembrance of the Omen King. The Great Rune of the Shardbearer Morgoth, devoid of any benediction. Seek the Divine Tower of East Altus, which stands beyond the Great Bridge from Leyndell's eastern ward. Sorry that took a few tries, chat. That should have been like a maybe 2, 3 at most and done. Remembrance of Morgoth, the Omen King hewn into the Erd Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the Finger Reader. Though born one of the graceless Omen, Morgoth took it upon himself to become the Erd Tree's protector. He loved not in return, for he was never loved, but nevertheless, love it he did. So essentially, what this is getting at is that Morgoth was fiercely loyal to his family's lineage. Despite the fact that Morgoth was basically considered an abomination, despite the fact that Morgoth even considered himself an abomination because he's a believer in the Golden Order and the Golden Order fundamentalism. When the shit hit the fan and Morgoth saw that all of his siblings were making a vie for power rather than trying to protect the Golden Order and were trying to enact whatever new order they were going for, whether it be Melania fighting for Mikola, Radon fighting for himself, Godric fighting for himself, etc. He saw that these were all people that were power hungry, people that were trying to put themselves or someone close to them on the throne. And he didn't want that. He wanted the consistency of what his family had been ruling over to continue. He wanted his mother to remain queen. He wanted for the Golden Order to continue bringing prosperity and for there to be no changes, really. Even if it meant he himself was, hidden away, banished, and despised. Because, for one reason or another, he had been, I guess in a way, indoctrinated to a point where he believed all the things that the Golden Order were supposed to make you believe. That omens were disgusting creatures, that the Golden Order was the greatest force in the world, that Queen Marika was the one true god, all that stuff. And because he believed it so fiercely, when he saw that all his various siblings and step-siblings weren't trying to protect the Golden Order but overthrow it with their own rule, he took it upon himself to be the defender of the Golden Order, the defender of the Erd Tree, and prevent anyone from trying to disrupt it. And he was strong enough to do that, too. We see in the opening cutscene of the very opening cutscene of the game, Morgott leaping onto and stabbing Radahn in defense of Leyndell. He repelled an assault by Radahn. That's big ups right there. That means that he was absolutely incredibly strong in terms of, like, the world itself. There were not very many existences, and not just people, but existences that could hang with someone that can fight Radahn off. Even if it was a defensive battle to keep Radahn from entering into Leyndell, the fact is, he still went out there and beat some ass. He then took it upon himself, as he saw Tarnished were coming and trying to become new Elden Lord, overthrow the Golden Order, and or restore it in a what he considered more a bastardized, different way. He took it upon himself to make sure that no Tarnished could reach the Erd Tree. That's why he devised the Knights Cavalry, to stop any promising Tarnished from getting very far. That's why he was able to project a portion of himself, a weaker portion, as Margit, out there in a key location, being Stormvale Castle. And while it's a fraction of his own capabilities, it's still, Margit's a fucking hard fight for when you first find him. Especially if you run right to Stormvale Castle, like the game tells you to, and you go fight Margit, that's a wall. That's what I did on my first playthrough, and it took a lot of tries to eventually beat him. Margit is strong. So Morgott here was just a defender of the current status. And even in his mind, even a decaying Golden Order, with all these skeletons roaming around, those who live in death, with those people hollowing out as the rebirth from the Erd Trees becoming less perfect, as people start losing the will to live and whatnot, Morgott still sees this as a better alternative to the unknown of someone else's rule, to the possibility of his mother being overthrown in power. In his mind, the Golden Order is everything. Notice, still a boss fog wall. And over here, we have the corpse of what's left of Morgott. And what you can see of him, as we have taken essentially his soul from him, he no longer has all the omen horns. He has completely withered away and is a mere husk of what he once was.
Tarnished. Naught but a fool. The Erd Tree wards off all who deign approach. We are all forsaken. None may claim the title of Elden Lord. Thy deeds shall be met with failure, just as I.
Boy, that's some petty ass, you didn't really win attitude right there. However, he's not particularly wrong. Because if we go up here and we try to enter into the Erd Tree, what we find is a tangled bramble of branches. The impenetrable thorns refuse all, none may enter the Erd Tree. And by the way, something very important. you see the symbol that is on there, why it looks very similar to Radagon's Scar Seal, the rune that is carved onto this eye. Pretty darn similar, huh? Mm-hmm. When you get right down to it, Morgoth's a pretty sad existence. Indoctrinated into this belief that he is a filthy monster and doesn't deserve any happiness, to the point where he's so fiercely loyal to it that he becomes its greatest defender when all else who would defend it have forsaken it or left. Pretty rough, man. And it echoes stuff that happens in real life. Yo, Melanin, good fight.
Hello again, old friend. Allow me a moment to converse with you. You were unable to enter the Erd Tree, no?
Yes.
Prevented by the mantle of barbs.
Quite.
The thorns are impenetrable. A husk of the Erd Tree's being that spurns all that exists without. The only way to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord is to pass the thorns. My purpose serves to aid in that very act. So I'd like you to undertake a new journey with me to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountaintops of the giants.
That way.
Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord.
The Rolled Medallion. Talk to me more, Melina. How's this gonna work?
I wish to journey with you once more to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountaintops of the giants. Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord.
Okay, then. Sounds like an interesting plan. So, by the way, reminder that Melina said that here, closer to the Erd Tree, she had the ability to move around on her own. That's why she was able to disconnect with us and even show up as a summon for the battle against Morgoth. And she has told us that the new plan, because we cannot get to the Elden Tree due to that wall of thorns, is to head northwards into the mountaintops of the giants, where we will obtain the flame of the giants, the flame of ruin, forever burning in the kiln of the giants. The thing that Marika feared would be able to bring harm to the Erd Tree, and we will purposefully use it to burn this wall of thorns down and enter into the Erd Tree by setting it aflame. Quite the plan there, Melina. Quite the plan indeed. But that will have to wait until the future, because for now, that is where we're going to stop for the night, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed Elden lore so far, and I hope I brought some things to your attention that you might not have thought of before, especially considering the Marika-Radagon relationship. For now, though, we're going to end off until next time, and next time we will continue our journey through Elden lore. Thanks again for watching tonight.